Hello everyone, my name is Maryna Yarova. I'm a teacher of English at Kyiv Specialized School number 211, and it's time to start our English lesson. Look at the board. In the background, you can see a lot of really famous places of interest all over the world. And in the foreground, pay attention, here they are. Here they are, really great landmarks you can see in Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. Let's come closer to our lesson, and our topic today is Sightseeing Kyiv. By the end of our lesson, you will be able to use sightseeing vocabulary, compare things using degrees of comparison, and compare Kyiv landmarks. Let's start. I thought how to start our today's talk. And of course, we have to recollect types of holidays and activities you can do while on holidays. Have a look. Sunbathing. I guess it's seaside holiday. Then we come to cruise. What a good idea to spend time aboard. Then we move on and hiking in the forest, hiking in the mountains. Really great kind of holidays. Wow, dog sledding. It's a very unusual activity and people really enjoy it. Then we come to ice climbing. Now it's about extreme holidays already. And skiing, a typical winter kind of holidays and typical winter activity. But where is our sightseeing? Here it is. Good job, my dears. And what do the activities we choose depend on? Can you ski in Egypt? Can you climb a high mountain or even the ice glacier somewhere at the seaside? Of course, no. And today we are talking about a sightseeing holiday and its main activity, doing the sights. No wonder. There are really significant and very popular attractions in different parts of the world. Look at the pictures. They look strange, but I think that you can already guess these famous landmarks and buildings. These are the silhouettes of them. And our task is to guess what they are and to say what country or what part of the world they are located. Have a look at the first one. Well, any ideas? Of course, you are right. It's a famous Statue of Liberty, and it is located in the USA. The next one. Yes, it's also very known. And it is Empire State Building, and it is also situated in the USA. Let's move on to the next slide. And we have two more attractions. Well, the first one, I think everyone has seen it at least once in his or her life. And where is it situated? Of course, it is Tower of Pisa, and it is located in Italy. The next one, also a very recognizable landmark. Yes, and you are right. It is situated in France, and it is Eiffel Tower. What have we got here? A sleeping dragon? Of course not. It's a famous Sydney Opera House, and it is in Australia. The next, ruins? Yeah, ancient ruins, and it is Colosseum, and it is located in Italy. And now, my dears, it's time to talk about attractions people enjoy while on sightseeing holiday. Have a look. The task is already on the board. And to guess the attraction, you have to read the words, but backwards. So, what is the first one? Let's read it backwards. Backwards, and we get cathedral, you're right. The second one is a theater. The third, strange, but it's so great, a Ferris wheel. Then we come to a botanical garden, a monument. What is it? Absolutely right. It's a skyscraper. We finished this task with a castle. But we have the second part of the words and the second task. You are absolutely right. Guess of the words. The words are written, but some letters are omitted. Your task is to get the word. Let's start. The first one is a museum. Then we come to an art gallery. The next one is a bridge. The fourth one is a church. What is the next one? A pyramid. Absolutely right. What a long thing. Yeah, it's an amusement park. And the last one, the most mysterious one. Yes, it's a tower. So, these are attractions. You can admire them, you can visit them while on holidays. But it's so boring to talk about attraction using only nouns. And I offer you to come to the next part of our lesson, and here our task will be to make up collocations which consist of adjectives and nouns. Look at the adjectives I offer you. Wonderful, ancient, well-known, old, modern, huge, tall, long, and picturesque. And here is a list of nouns. Let's have a look. Wonderful museum. Sounds great. Ancient art gallery. I guess it's already not so great. Old Ferris wheel. Would you have a ride on it? Definitely not. So I offer you to make the right collocations. Yeah? Let's start. And don't be afraid. Some of the adjectives can match a few nouns. But we will try to choose the collocations from the lists we have. Well, wonderful. Actually, a lot of things can be wonderful. Let's come to something more typical. For example, ancient. What can be ancient? Definitely ancient cathedral. So here is our first collocation, ancient cathedral. Now, well known, a lot of landmarks are well known. Old, it's already interesting. Old, yeah, old church. Good. We come to the word modern. And, well, I think that you know that modern art can be seen not in the museums, but mostly where? In art galleries. So the next collocation is modern art gallery. Well, we come to huge. What can be huge? Yes, a huge museum, a huge bridge. Here it is, a huge Ferris wheel. Yeah, a huge Ferris wheel. Great idea. We come to tall. Botanical garden? No. Monument? Yes, it can be, but look, we have here a skyscraper. That's the best, I guess. So tall skyscraper. Long. I have something here. Bridge. Yeah, absolutely. Long bridge. And we have only two words, picturesque and wonderful. Oh no, 3, and well known. What about picturesque? What can be picturesque? Yes, you are right. Botanical gardens are really masterpieces of nature. Yeah, so picturesque botanical gardens. And we have wonderful and well-known. Wonderful museum or well-known museum. Yeah, it's better to say that the museum is well-known. So the collocation is well-known museum. And the last collocation is a wonderful monument. Let's make it together. Yeah. So, a wonderful monument. Great spider, isn't it? And our next step is to use collocations in sentences. So, here they are. We have here the gaps. And your task is, and my task is, to fill in the gaps using the collocations so we have just made. So, let's start. Read the sentence attentively and think of the best idea to this or that gap. Well, the first one. I have to take a pen. Yeah. Trees, flowers, herbs from all over Ukraine grow in the... Definitely grow in the picturesque, botanical garden. You are right. Good. We move to the second. When people need to get to the left bank of the Dnipro River, they should use one of the, that's it, one of the long bridges. Long bridges. We move on to the third. A lot of and were ruined in the 30s of the last century. It's our history, and we know that a lot of ancient cathedrals and old churches were ruined in the 30s of the last century. Let's fill in. It is churches. So, 3 more sentences. The op art. Do you know what the op art is? It's the optical art. Yes, you're right. When the pictures are so strange, you look at the picture and can't understand firstly, and after that, some shapes appear. Yeah? So, the op art, it's a really new art movement. That's why the op art exhibition is taking place in the modern art gallery these days. You're right. Modern art gallery these days. Well, don't miss the chance to enjoy famous paintings in there. Where are the paintings exhibited? Absolutely right, in the museum. Where is our museum? Well-known museum. So the sentence is, don't miss the chance to enjoy famous paintings in the well-known museum in Hanenko Street. Well-known museum in Hanenko Street. And the last one, finally, is fantastic attraction in Podil. Have you ever been to Podil? Kontraktova Square? So you know that I am talking about the huge Ferris wheel. You are right. Here it is. The huge Ferris wheel is a fantastic attraction in Podil. So, we have revised a lot of adjectives. And no wonder we are going to talk about degrees of comparison now. And I offer you to compare 3 really great and famous cathedrals. Have a look. In the first picture you can see St. Michael's Golden Domed Cathedral. In the second picture you can see St. Volodymyr's Cathedral. And the last picture shows us St. Sophia's Cathedral. And look, here we can see the 20th century, the end of the 20th century. The second picture, 19th century, and the last picture, 11th century. So we can compare the age of these landmarks. But before we start comparing, I'd like to say that our country has quite difficult and sometimes really tragic history. You see, St. Michael's Golden Dome Cathedral was built in 1999. But you know that in this photo you can see St. Michael's Monastery, St. Michael's Cathedral, and this photo was taken in 1911. But what happened after that? After that, St. Michael's Monastery was violently ruined. It was violently blown up by the Soviets in 1937. Everything happened on the 14th of August, and here it is. Here is the result. No St. Michael's Monastery in Kyiv anymore. But at the end of the 20th century, when Ukraine became the independent state, St. Michael's Golden Domed Monastery was rebuilt, and here it is, 1999. That's why we talk about these 3 cathedrals and we compare their age. You know, of course, when we talk about the age, we use the adjective old. Yeah? So, if we compare the time when the cathedrals were built, St. Volodymyr's Cathedral is older than St. Michael's Golden Dome Cathedral. And here, I've used the comparative degree. Let's underline that I've used here. I've added ER and I've used than. Now let's come to the next sentence. St. Sophia's Cathedral is the oldest of all. Here I've used a superlative degree. And pay attention, the is a necessary word. The and in est is also very important. So, St. Sophia's Cathedral is the oldest of all. Well, so what about the rules? Here they are. Regular adjectives, pay attention. We have here 3 columns, adjectives, then comparative degree and superlative degree. Pay attention to the first line, fast. It's a short adjective, and this rule is about 1 or 2 syllable adjectives, like fast, hot, clever, something like this. Fast. To make a comparative degree, you should add ending ER, and mostly you use the word than to compare 2 things. If we talk about the superlative degree, you should use the and add ending est to the adjective. The fastest. Now let's move to the words interesting. How many syllables are there in the word interesting? Interesting. for. So it's a long adjective and it has its own rule. Comparative. We form comparative by adding the word more before the adjective. So we have more interesting than. And if we talk about superlative degree, we put the most before the adjective. So we have here interesting, more interesting than, the most interesting. You can add the most interesting of all. Yeah, it's good. One more thing I want to pay your attention to. Yeah, we often use more and the most, but if something is not so good, well, we can use the word less and the least for comparative and superlative degrees. So popular, less popular, the least popular. Well, a bit of practice. Here we have some hints. For example, well, we have only the word hot. What do you think? What is the adjective and what is the superlative of this word? Let's write hot. Let's put off ER and we get the adjective hot. Right. What this? It's double T. When the adjectives is short, you add the ending ER. You should double consonant. When you have consonant, vowel, consonant. You see? Hot. So, hotter. So, and what about the superlative degree? Yeah, pay attention to the rule. The and est. So, we get here the hottest. Here it is. Well, the next is the craziest. What is the adjective? The first form of the adjective? Yes, you are right. It's crazy. Crazy. What happened? Y is here. We have I, and here we have Y. Yes, we change Y into I when we add some endings, when the consonant stands before Y. So that's why Z, Y should be changed into I, and then we get the craziest. Good. What is the comparative? The comparative is crazier. Yeah, that's it. No! What? Mistake? Where? You are attentive students. Of course, here. I should have written I. Yeah. Well done. Well, we move down and we come to the word large. Right. Larger and the largest. Larger and the largest. And the last words. Look, in the comparative column, we have more ancient. Two words. Ancient. Yes, it's a long adjective. So it consists of a lot of letters. So what is the first form of this adjective? You are right, it's ancient. And the superlative? Of course, the most ancient. Phew, well done, my dears. But, hey, regular adjectives. You remember that something exists, yeah? Something irregular. And you are right. We talk about the rules of using of irregular adjectives. And here is the table. We just look through it. You practice it at home and recollect or memorize something. Good, better, the best. Bad, worse, the worst. Much, many, more, the most. Little, less, the least. And far, further, the furthest. You are ready to practice. Look, I have chosen 3 bridges to be compared. Have a look at the pictures. A very long and beautiful Patton's Bridge. This one is a pedestrian bridge where people only walk. And the third one is Southern Bridge. And some additional information is given there, yeah? Look, we have here 1,543 meters, 427 meters, and 1,256 meters. What adjective can we use to compare these bridges? It's about the adjective long. Now, we have here 1953, so long ago. 1957, also not now. And 1990. What adjective can we use? Old, new. Great ideas, but I offer you the adjective modern. And if we talk about bridges, yeah, you know that a great problem of heavy traffic exists in Kyiv, and that's why I decided to choose the adjective busy to compare these 3 bridges. Have a look. Here is the table. Patton's Bridge, pedestrian bridge, and Southern Bridge. And you can see 1 spot, 2 spots, and 3 spots. It's about our degrees of comparison, of course. So when we talk about the adjective long, what bridge is long? Definitely, pedestrian bridge is long. Which bridge is longer? Sure, Southern Bridge is longer than pedestrian bridge. And which one is the longest? Yeah, definitely. Patton's Bridge is the longest of all. Let's move on to the next adjective. We have the adjective modern, and it is considered to be a long adjective. That's why we use the second rule. You remember the rule about long adjectives and their degrees of comparison. So, which bridge is modern? We can say that Patton's Bridge is modern if to compare with our St. Sophia's Cathedral, by the way. Then, which bridge is more modern? Yeah, pedestrian bridge is more modern than Patton's Bridge. And Southern Bridge is the most modern of all. And we move on to the last adjective. The last adjective is busy. You know, I have searched the internet. And I found that pedestrian bridge is busy, especially on weekends. Well, Patton's Bridge is busier than pedestrian bridge. And the busiest one is Southern Bridge. So, Southern Bridge is the busiest of all. Here you are. So, our lesson comes to the end. And now, you can use sightseeing vocabulary. You can compare things using degrees of comparison. And you can compare Kyiv landmarks. Well done, and it's really a good job. You worked perfectly. Love Kyiv and enjoy English.
Уроки на телеканалі Київ – це не тільки пізнавально і корисно, а ще й легко та цікаво. Хочеш більше? Всі наші уроки на нашому YouTube-каналі. Переходь за посиланням або QR-кодом, що бачиш на екрані. І навчайся з телеканалом Київ з задоволенням.